All right, so I talked before about, in your content, telling people exactly, who you are, what you are about, what you stand for, what you've been through. And if you think about it, it's basically just like, if you were being interviewed, right? If you were being interviewed for a podcast, what I'm saying, or something like that, right? Like an interviewer is going to ask you questions to draw out your story, right? So what if you approached your content in the same way, right? So, one thing we need to get better at as people is asking questions anyway. So, like, what if you answered some hypothetical questions in your content, right? So, with me, focusing on storytelling, telling your story, brand story, all of that good stuff, right? With me focusing on that type of stuff, I come across a lot of different PDFs and worksheets and stuff like that where people are giving you questions to answer on, like, what your story is, right? And so I came across this and printed it out. It's the story of telling. I think the website is thestoryoftelling.com. Yep, thestoryoftelling.com. Right. Owned by Bernadette Jiwa. So everything in here is copywritten, by Bernadette Jiwa. This is her stuff, right? Uh so I wanted to do something like this for my company, right? Rapper Geek Media and Visual Growth Media. So when it comes to your content, right? What if you did content answering the questions that are in this workbook? So if you want this particular workbook, like I said, go to thestoryoftelling.com, right? And you can download the PDF, print it out, whatever. And so I was filling this out for my company, and I'm like, you know what? What if I was to just do videos answering every single one of these questions, right? And each one of these questions are definitely like necessary for your content and your business, for your brand, whatever it is. They are definitely necessary. They are definitely relevant. So, if you are doing content answering the questions that are in a worksheet or something like this, then right there's 20 questions. This is a 20 question workbook, right? That is 20 pieces of content or potential pieces of content right there that you can put out to the world. Just in case you are lost on what you should post, what type of content you should make. And again, don't overthink this, right? We're talking literally pulling out your phone and doing a selfie video answering these questions. You know what I'm saying? And you don't have to front or pretend like, somebody is asking you these questions. Like, you can literally just come forward and say, I'm working on this workbook to help build up my brand, and it's got these 20 questions. So I'm going to do this 20-part video series where I answer these questions to you guys, right? And then you start off from there. You answer question number one, you end the video, you upload it to Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, wherever. You upload the video and you respond to the comments that possibly come in, or you run ads on the video to people that are already interested in you and that have been following you or been to your website, whatever the case may be. But you distribute that video somehow. But that is one piece of content right there. The next day, you answer another question. That's another piece of content right there. Or later on that day, depending on what your content schedule is. Like if you're doing, one full video a day, then, like I said, that's one video per day. So this is 20 questions. That's 20 days worth of content right there. If you just did one piece of content per day based off of this right here, that is 20 pieces of content right there. All right. So again, like I said, it's simple as pulling out your smartphone and just recording yourself answering these questions. Like, so today I wanted to answer the question of, why am I doing this? The reason why I'm doing what I'm doing is because, A, B, C, and D, right? Whatever your answer is. Why am I modeling? Why am I putting myself out there You know what I'm saying? As a, as a brand, why am I out? Why am I telling my story? This is why. And honestly, I'm giving you my idea because I'm going to do it. Yeah, like I'm going to do it. So this is going to be 20 pieces of content for Rapper Geek. And I just spit everywhere. Sorry. But this is going to be 20 pieces of content right here, just based off of this. So again, you don't have to overthink it. Like if you can find something, if you can find this, I mean, I definitely highly suggest you check out thestoryoftelling.com. It's definitely like a lot of good information on there if you want to learn more about how to tell your story. It's more of a from a business aspect, but it's going to help you as well. But if you could find something like this, something similar, I might even make something similar myself. Obviously not exactly, but something similar. But I might make something similar myself here pretty soon. But that right there, this is 20 pieces of content from this right here. And you don't have to have it all polished up. You don't have to have it super clean, or you don't have to know everything that you're gonna say. Like just turn on the camera and go. Give yourself permission to do this. So that's 20 pieces of content right there that people can use to get to that people can watch to get to know you better and build up that KLT, that know, like, and trust. Those things right there is what is going to get people to want to connect to you, follow you, become fans of you, join your Patreons, join your OnlyFans, or whatever it is that you put in content on. This type of stuff right here is what's going to get it. So tell your story and turn your story into raving fans. I'll talk to you next time.